First up in this section, I got a new VCR. Actually, I never had one as an adult. So thanks to Elliot, my good friend, for helping me find this one that is a Sony for $10 in a world where the price keeps rocketing up. And I got some VHS. Let's take a look.
Coming to video cassette this fall, it's the Muppet Christmas Carol.
The timeless holiday classic comes home on video and DVD November 20th.
Fabulous! Now you can own the Muppet movie on video cassette.
Look, the opposite end of the year is the time you should be buying Christmas movies, and I bought my two favorite ones of all time that I have memorized, and the Muppet movie because I just love the Muppets. If you've seen any of my videos so far, you know I'm on an expedition to get all of the Tony Hawks. Now I got the N-Gage one. And yeah, before you ask, I do own an N-Gage. And another Christmas-themed thing is the Pizza Hut Demo Disc 2. I have had Disc 1 for eons, and I figured it was about time. Now I just need to find those pesky cardboard sleeves they came in. So, I've already showed off Time Crisis before, but I was complaining that it didn't come with a manual, and I always have manuals. I don't know how I could have been so short-sighted, but anyway, I found one from Canada, and the thing cost me like $12 to get it here, but it was really bothering me, so. Got that in the books. Next up, Call of Duty World at War. I found it at a thrift store, like $3-4, no big deal. Everything's there. Disc looks just dandy to me. And when I looked online, apparently it's like the best one from that era of Call of Duty games, I guess. That one's probably debatable, but let me know in the comments if it is your favorite or is not. Alright, this one's a long story, but I'll make it fast. Jet Moto 2 came out, and then after the game came out, the producer of the game, or director of the game, I believe, maybe, had the game developers make him a modified version that ran at a full 30 frames a second, which means in order to do that, they had to remove some playable characters, and then they added in a few more tracks for him. There could have been some other adjustments. Either way, when the greatest hits version came out, oopsie daisy, they accidentally pressed that one instead of just the original game again. So this one's kind of a hot commodity to me, and it says Championship Edition on the splash screen. That's the only difference, and you can't tell from the outside case that it is this version. Same goes with The Lost World Jurassic Park for the PlayStation 1. Greatest Hits version is actually the special edition version. They changed some complaints, and they added in some stuff that they didn't have time for. It was on the cutting room floor. Here's the changes. Next up, while we're going with must-have PS1 games for myself, this one's more nostalgia. I played this game when I was much younger. I don't remember if it was on Dreamcast or PS1, though, honestly. I believe it was probably Dreamcast, but I bought this PS1 copy because I won it in an auction. Nobody else seemed to really care about it. I got it for like $18 when everybody else is paying like much, much more than that on eBay and whatnot. Yeah, so kudos to me for finding it. It took me forever to beat the game. I had to like turn on cheats, I remember, and that's the only way I could bypass it. Who would have thought a movie based off of books would have a book based off the movie? I've passed this thing up a few times now, but when I saw that it had a foreword written by R.L. Stine himself, I was like, okay, I can pay the buck, whatever, for that. Anne Rice's Interview with the Vampire. I'm trying to get all of her stuff. And then I picked up this Christopher Pike book, The Season of Passage. I got it because it's originally a book for teens. However, it was the first one he wrote, so it's really dark and over the top. And it's being turned into a movie made by Mike Flanagan. He's become one of my more favorite horror directors recently. You could call me a Flan boy. Nothing much to say here. I'm just trying to get all the Time Crisis light gun games, and I knew I needed a second controller, so I picked one up, again from an auction site for pretty cheap compared to what people are trying to sell them for. Buy it now on eBay. And I got these. Everybody claims that they're like the best rechargeable batteries. Okay, guys, $6-7 at IKEA. I'll pick them up and see if you're right. Then on the same auction site, I got this as-is, not tested USB microphone for SOCOM. Navy SEALs. I should work with all the games. Anyway, you just give them directions, your AI team, and they'll do stuff to help you out. It's just missing the foam pad on it, which I can get for like pennies to $1. So yeah, I'm giving my friend a modded PS1, and I got this because when you load free PSX boot and do Tony Hawk's through it, you would have to take the memory card out to get the game to launch. Then I got him this. I was like, oh, I'll put the mod on page 1 of the memory card, then you press the button when it's time, and it switches over to page 2 and looks like a regular memory card. Now it doesn't matter though, because the newer version of Tony Hawk's for free PSX boot just works. And for me, my good friend Jimmy gave me this Japanese PlayStation 1 memory card, which looks perfect and matches to a T with my PS1, my little mini PlayStation 1 from back in the day. It's just adorable. And speaking of which, I bought myself this to match with it as well because I lost my only DualShock PlayStation 1 controller since I'm giving my friend the other one, so I had to get a new one. But yeah, this matches the eject button, the PS1 memory card matches the power button. And then, this is not happening now, but I will have an unboxing video for this later. I was sent an EverDrive for review from Crix himself, so stay tuned for that. Okay, look, this is the last of the Christmas stuff, but honestly, I was really happy to get my hands on these because this was more of my favorite Christmas movies, for sure.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jingle All the Way, rated PG.
Miracle on 34th Street.
We got Home Alone 1, only slightly bested by Jingle All the Way. Miracle on 34th Street, it's alright. And then we got this knockoff version of like A Christmas Carol, which to me looks like... Look, I'm on a very slow but steady expedition to get all the boxes to the consoles I own. I have an RGH modded Xbox 360, and this box matched it to a T. I was at a local vintage stock and they were about to throw it away, and I was like, I'll take that. And then we got these fun things that I found at a local thrift store. They were surplus from Target, where they were selling them at Target for $4.99. And I got them for $1.99 each, so they had a lot of them, but I only bought one for each. And they're not decoration to stay in the box. They're going to come out, I'm going to put them together, and they're going to get framed. Talking about CDs now, nostalgia from my past. I had these albums when I was younger, and I'm trying to rebuy all the CDs that I had. If you recognize them from the back, you already know what they are, but if not, that is Armageddon's soundtrack and the Batman and Robin soundtrack. And this was the first CD I ever bought with my own money. I spent a whole summer as a kid doing a whole bunch of stuff to earn enough money just to buy this. It's Smashing Pumpkins' Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness double disc set. I had it once, I had to get it again. Then I picked up these Blu-rays, $5 a piece. We had The Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug. And one of the better horror movies to come out in the last 10 years, Get Out.
A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
And I got some Steelbook movies. Sin City.
Worth dying for. Worth killing for.
Aquaman. And X-Men, Days of Future Past. I'm of course going to get all the DC movies and the rest of these Marvel movies, even if they're from other companies. This one's more of an honorable mention because I didn't pay for it to pick it up. It was a prize. There was a film festival. We did the virtual version of it at home, watched 30 films over 10 days. There was also a gather site that was set up for it, and in that website they had like an escape room of sorts, and you had to figure out the word puzzle at the end, and then out of everybody that figured it out correctly, a handful of people were chosen, and I was one of them, and this whole thing is my prize pack.
PC エンジン全開ニューゲームワールドビジュアルがサウンドがスピードが違う PC エンジン用ソフト Q カードで続々登場
Oh, I mentioned before that Jimmy and I did a trade. Well, the trade was he wanted one of those PlayStation Vita TVs. I happen to have an extra one that I'd gotten for like $20, and he seems to buy and restore like retro Japanese consoles and sell them off. And I was like, bro, we need to make a freaking trade happen. So he definitely did. He granted all my wishes like a damn genie. So Jimmy, you're in my brain forever now. You've imbued yourself in my game room, and I will forever be thankful for what you've given me here. I'm just gonna get myself a Turbo EverDrive, and this thing's gonna have the Turbo EverDrive locked in it, and nothing's ever gonna go in or out of that card slot ever again. Thanks, Jimmy!